Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. We have finally made it to the light of day of this review actually happening. Now, not only is this a celebration manner, but this is also a chance for me to apologize because I have been so behind. Well, not behind, it's just so many things have literally went into my radar, so many things I need to review, so many videos I need to publish and post out, so many novels I had to publish and post out. Yeah, being only one person can really take its toll on you, especially when you work 3 jobs. But we're here. We're here. We made it. We made it, baby. We made it. So let's get on to the review. To Love Ru Darkness Second is the 4th and final season to the franchise of the To Love Ru series. Rito, Mikan, Lala, and the new crew have been enjoying many great everyday adventures. But something is not right. Mia is adjusting to Earth life, but her sister Yumi has a dark secret that may endanger the whole world. That and Rito has a lot of pervy accidents to practice in the meantime. Me being a follower to Love Ru and me being a huge fan of anime, as you guys can see, I have to sometimes show you guys some angles in my room so you guys won't be too comfortable with my layout. So this is a new look to most people if y'all haven't seen my first show and tell video. But I'm saying that to say this: by me getting into To Love Ru and seeing To Love Ru Mato and To Love Ru Darkness, and now to the second of the last of the series, I have to say that each time I've watched the season of the series, I have begun to love it more and more and more. And by me watching this one, I have indeed enjoyed it. I loved it, and I highly recommend you all to check it out. But does that mean that this anime has ended with with satisfying closure? In most cases it did, but not in a way where it closed in a way where we was expecting it to, and that's not a good thing. The anime picks up with an overly thoughtful emotional gesture, because by us watching all the To Love Ru series up to this one, they have done something here that I literally forgot, and that is adding closure to what these characters was beginning to overcome. Like Rito being Lala's husband and a so-called Devil Prince himself, I was wondering where this all going to take place on, and they actually discussed this here on this anime, and it made Rito think, not just by his future gestures of him being with Lala, but just how his life was going to be in this whole situation. And you also had people that was literally egging him on to just go with it, and some people was having their own second choices due to Momo pushing the whole harem into the whole franchise, which is kind of made me want to watch the anime more, because by her having a love interest in Rito, I was trying to see how this whole triangular rotation love cycle was going to end up with her and all the other characters that was trying to express their emotions towards him. So this anime has done a lot with the closure of how people was feeling towards Rito, even if they did not like him and they still didn't want to admit to, even if it was stupid reasons, especially Golden Darkness. Now, I dare say that Golden Darkness is one of my favorite characters of this anime, but by me watching this one, and I kind of feel stupid because by this anime being called To Love Ru Darkness, hence this basically is about Golden Darkness, but it kind of made me think that this was going to focus more on Momo's perspective by her trying to make Rito a part of Harem, Operation Harem, of course. But they have focused a lot on Golden Darkness because out of all the characters, she is the main one that's trying to cure Rito, and they have fleshed her out in a way where it did not just make me like her a lot just so they can show us how her perspective feelings was towards Rito, but there were times where I was like, you know what, she likes him. She likes him a lot. And a lot of people was beginning to feel that way too. There was even times where Rito would accidentally grope her by falling and tripping over things, and then certain times they would like literally mingle on top of each other in very perverted ways. The laws of physics of this anime is really questionable, but there will be times where she would try to kill Rito thinking that he was doing it intentionally, and at those same times characters would just literally tell Rito, look, stop running, she ain't gonna do nothing. But I was thinking that way too, but there was times where I was like, oh man, that was really close. I thought she was really gonna kill him. So I know this is an anime, but they do that well here by keeping us on our toes, especially when we begin to figure things out. I thought that was pretty great with the character though. They have added a lot of good closure to these characters on this last season. And it's not just by Golden Darkness, but also to Yui Kotagawa. Yui Kotagawa is also one of my favorite characters of this anime as well. And she really had to overcome her feelings towards Rito too, by not just saying how much she really does feel towards him, but by confronting why she feels that way. Because out of all the people that she has came across in their own pervy aspects, she knows that Rito is a good man at heart. And a lot of women know this. It's just Yui had a hard time seeing it because she always saw the pervy side of him, and she always thought that all men are the same. There's gonna be women that's like this, and I'm pretty sure people know this by now. But it's literally a golden gesture to see that there are women that are willing to give men a chance, and that's why I like the Yui so much. Because by me coming across her in the second, or maybe it was the first season, yeah, it was the first season of Tuloru, and seeing how she was towards Rito, I was literally begging for this anime to make her see how Rito really is, and they have done that well here. I'm actually surprised that they was actually to flesh out Ren Kujo's expression towards Rito, and they did it in a way where I'm beginning to like her too. It oddly, I'm beginning to think about this now. I'm beginning to like characters that's actually playing hard to get towards Rito. People like Momo, Lala, and all the other characters, they like literally are just candy towards Rito. The Rito can really just do anything they want to them, and they won't really bat an eye. But all the other characters, like like Ren Coates, all these other characters that I mentioned, that really plays really hard towards him, those are the characters of this anime that I really feel as if deserve good praise, because it actually shows more chemistry, and it does pay off when these characters do change. But yeah, like Ren Kujo, they even had an episode of why she really felt this way towards Rito, and just why she was just so stuck up with just trying to do things her own way. But when she needed him to help her out, she not only liked him, but she also fell for him. And it was beginning to make me really question how things are gonna go in Project Harem, because all these girls is really drooling their way towards Rito. It made me question how the ending was gonna be. The sexual ecchi humor is here and even more stronger than ever, but it's necessary because out of everything we went through on To Love Ru, Mato, To Love Ru Darkness, and Darkness Second, on this one now coming in, they have to bring their A game. The more you make sequels and the more you continue the franchise, you have to boost up what is keeping the fans coming and keep it fresh. And they really kept it fresh here. I mean, on the very first episode, Rito accidentally goes down on Lala, like he accidentally gives her oral sex. And they do this they continually do this, but not just with her, but with a lot of other females on the franchise. There's a lot of licking gestures on this anime, to the point where women are getting licked to head to toe, and by these females having their own different type of interest what turns them on, you're gonna see that a lot here, especially when they show certain characters that are into certain foot fetishes. Yeah, you're gonna have to lock your door when you watch this anime. You finally get to see the main culprit, the main enemy of this anime, and her name is Mia, aka Nemesis. Now, to be fair here, she's not really a bad guy. She's more like an unbound hero that has her own ways how to persuade people. Don't get me wrong, she's bad, but bad in her own intentions when she doesn't get things her own way. She's only there to keep an eye on Golden Darkness and her sister as things is beginning to fall in her own place and order. I do like her character because she does not just see how things are towards her henchmen, but she also tries to put other people in check by testing their own emotions, and by us seeing how she is in her own sexual aspect. And her main little aspect is foot fetishes. She loves her feet to get licked, rubbed, touched. You're gonna see a lot of feet on this damn anime. Shout out to foot fetish lovers out there. But what makes her very imposing is the fact that she is very unstoppable. She is very good at manipulation. She is very good at persuasion, and she is very good at reasoning with people in a way where she could literally turn the most iconic and the most dangerous person against her by just controlling them and just doing things that she wants to. But at the same time, she is not imposing to the point where she is a threat. There was not one time I really did feel like the world was in danger, because she would use people to do that for her, which is what makes her more scary in the first place. Because imagine how she is if the odds are stacked against her and everybody has literally took away all her trump cards. She was giving me Mugen vibes from Demon Slayer, and that made me like her a lot. Now, I'm not trying to take that away from her being sneaky, because the main character that's on this anime that is sneakier than all of them. I have to give it to Momo, because by her trying to prepare this whole little harem thing that she want all these girls that likes Rito to just have an orgy with him, as she just beginning to take notes. She sleeps with him to try to experimentize with him as he is sleeping and playing with her tail unintentionally. He does a lot of things by mistake to the point where it makes me kind of be on the girl's side and be like, you know what? I think you be doing this shit on purpose. But Momo be taking advantage of that by having him play with her at night while he's sleeping and unconscious. And then there are times where she begins to plot certain connections towards Rito, towards other women, so they can talk to them and confront their true feelings towards Rito. If you pay attention, she's always in the background plotting, hiding behind poles, hiding behind rocks, hiding behind buildings, hiding behind whatever, and she just sits there and her tail just wiggles and she just laughs like, yes, they like Rito. They can be a part of Project Harem too, you sneaky bitch. Now, as I was getting ready to prep up this review of the series, people have been asking me certain questions on Amino.com as into who is the most freakiest female on the Love Ru series. That's a good question to add on this review, because I don't even know. Because I feel like all these girls are freaky in their own way, especially the quiet ones. And I'm not saying that Rito's little love interest is a freak, but there was an episode where she was drunk and she literally spilled it all over the table, make me really think about how she really is in a sexual manner. But my point is that all these girls have their own little turn-on gesture, which is what makes this anime kind of creative in their own freaky way. Because by these girls liking certain different things, they give us certain different sexual, etchy scenes on this anime to make these girls get caught off guard and make us get caught off guard. So to answer your question, I don't know. I really don't know. By this anime being like the last season, I was surprised of how much material that was thrown in the last 3 episodes. It was bursting with action, bursting with so much chemistry, bursting with so much dialogue, bursting with so much life and death communication and context, to the point where I literally thought that these characters was gonna die. And even though the action can debatably be better, and I can agree, but it was enough to pull me in. We have known so much about these characters to the point where if one of them gets robbed in the street, I fear for their life. They have done well with the pacing for these characters. And for the last 3 episodes, I did like where it went here, but I did not like how it ended. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even though this anime has some great last episodes, it was filled with some great nail-biting moments, it ended with a very big question that I was really pushing for this anime review about Momo's Project Harem. It was completely forgotten in the last episode. We only have 5 minutes left on the clock for the episode to be finished, and we will still focus on Rito and Golden Darkness. I did not see Momo anywhere, and it was very disappointing for her to push this whole thing up. I wanted to see how she was going to confront Lala about her feelings about Project Harem, even though she told a few people about it. But I still wanted to see how things were going to fall in place by all these girls trying to confront Rito, tell them how they really feel about him, and above all, just how he was going to take this. What was the point of showing us all this, and what was the point of literally having closure to this if Project Harem wasn't even on this anime at all? Now, people may say it's on a manga, but if it is, it really brings my pencil to a boil. Because and I say this a lot, if you're going to end the anime manga, you got to end the anime. don't leave the last season like this, but it has ended like this, and that's a major disappointment. Overall, by me saying this can easily discourage people to watch To Love Ru, with a major cliffhanger that people have been boosting up and hoping that it would all pay off. I would still recommend you to watch this anime. Out of everything that I mentioned, I hope you guys check this anime out. It's a definite must watch. If you love comedy, if you like ecchi, if you like certain over-the-top walls of just, oh man, just remember to lock your door if you do. I'm gonna have to give To Love Ru Darkness 2 an A-. Oh man, this has been a long time coming. This has been a very long time coming. Again, I'm sorry for not making this review come out sooner, but I feel like patience is way more important than pushing things out. I have to feel like this anime is worth every ounce of detail. To be fair here, I watched this anime twice just so I can get my review mind fresh. That's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.